Hey folks, how's it going? Jovan Hutton Pulitzer here. Listen, I have a really interesting and engaging and absolutely horrible story that you may or may not be following. I posted it online when it came up, but you've heard of this before. You've heard of America's Stonehenge. Yes, there's a Stonehenge in the United States of America, just like there's a Stonehenge over in England. Now, this is considered an American sacred site to those of us that believe that the history of our nation as we know it has been corrupted and is not told right, or that we believe that, you know, the church has oppressed things, politicians have oppressed things, and the ruling class have oppressed things. Well, this may all be tied into a greater story. It's really interesting. I came across this headline in my buddy Scott Wolter's blog. And basically, as you can read it, he wrote a story about America's Stonehenge vandalized by suspected ultra right-wing domestic terrorist group. And I was like my head is blown. Let me show you what is being talked about. This is America's Stonehenge. Okay, this is America's Stonehenge. And if you have a chance to go there, you want to go there and you want to check out this incredible sacred site. In fact, I think Scott Wolter was one of the first ones to actually cover this site and bring it to people's attention, right? And so I'm just curious. I want to get all the details on this attack, because even I was shocked when I read a headline. I reached out to Scott and go, how do you actually know all this stuff? And it's extremist right-wing terrorists. And Scott replied back, and darned if there isn't an incredible story here. It's probably not what you expect. You know, many times I've talked about terrorists over in the Middle East attacking sacred sites and tearing them down because they want to stay fundamentalist and they want to erase history. And that's why you've got to follow this story that's going on. I've included the link in the description, and I want to issue a challenge out there with, you know, all the tens of thousands that participate in this and follow this. I want to say, hey, let's get to the bottom of this. And so I've reached out to Scott, and I've reached out to David Brody, who's an author and lives up there, that writes about this kind of intrigue and Templars and everything else. And there's people that believe that this vandalism is part of a much bigger thing. So I want you to read the story. I posted it, that they believe it's part of a much bigger thing, meaning that this may be the telltale signs of multiple people or factions involved in something really just utterly shocking. And so what I'm going to ask you to do is, I don't have a date yet. I've reached out to everybody. And I reached out to Scott, I reached out to David, and I reached out to Mr. Stone, who is America's Stonehenge. And I want to put them on because, as you know, and this broadcast gets shared around, I want you to hear firsthand from the players involved, because this is important. History should never, ever be defaced or destroyed, no matter what. But if there is a plot afoot in the United States of America to take some of these incredible sites and destroy them and destroy what they stand for, I want to get to the bottom of it. I want you to follow this story. Follow this story, okay? And make sure you pay attention to it. Please read, okay? Please read the link that I posted. Get yourself up to speed. Watch the radio broadcast regarding this, okay? Watch the radio broadcast, because I, like you, am just curious. What is at the heart? What is at the true heart of this attack on this sacred site? And if there are various individuals or clandestine groups or whatever involved, how can all of us help get the word out, put a stop to it? So as soon as I get a date, I'm working on it this morning. As soon as I can get a date and everything corralled, maybe it'll be this Sunday, maybe next Sunday, we're going to try to get it to you as fast as possible. I want you to hear from the people involved. You got to know about this incredible site. If you're going on vacations, you should go there and take a look at it. It's a wonderful place, an important part of American history that a lot of people don't know about, that Scott Wolter brought to the world, and thinks now it's actually getting some coverage. But I want to put everybody on, Scott, David Brody, and Mr. Stone, and let's talk about this, because this is like the twist of what is going on, of an incredible novel, and you're not going to believe it. Okay, so keep watching, stay tuned. I'm going to try to post this up as soon as I can. I'll send out invites. You'll be able to reserve the date and watch it. Thanks a lot. I'm just curious, just like you. So now I'm just curious. I want to see, did America's Stonehenge, right? What happened here? Let's get to the bottom of the story. Make it a great day. We're going to bring it to you as soon as we can. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.